Growing up, I was bullied a lot. I tried changing schools, I tried hiding in the library for recess, and I even tried like changing my paths on my walk home. I hated school. I hated everything about school because every time I went, it felt like torture. And it was because at one point in my life, I was a young, confident girl. My parents instilled confidence within me. And a lot of other people didn't like that. They didn't like how animated I was. They didn't like how outgoing I was. They didn't like how I could literally just talk to anyone. And they bullied the confidence right out of me. I ended up becoming a shell of a person who struggled with eating disorders, alcoholism, drug problems, a young lady who stopped speaking up, who stopped sticking up for herself, and went down a massive trail of destruction. And at 18 years old, I was addicted to crack cocaine, homeless, on my way to rehab. And at 19, I was in a wildly abusive relationship that I literally had to escape from. And at 21 years old, I threw myself off a bridge and into a river. It was then where something inside of me, in my mind, said, you either fight now and fight for the rest of your life, or just stop causing yourself and everyone else all this pain. From that moment on, I was on a crazy self-development journey. I wanted to be the best person that I could be. I wanted to live up to my potential. I started working out, eating healthy, trying new things like flair bartending, and posting on Instagram. It has not been perfect. And yes, I did burn a lot of my life down at 29. But the reason I did that is because I knew I was settling in life. And the reason I could take the steps to burn my life down at 29 is because I had the confidence within myself to build something back up. Not only did I have the knowing that I could do it, but I also knew that I was made for something more. There would be nothing that could get in my way. And if anybody doubted me, it could also get out of the way. But after having my son, I lost my identity again. I had gained 80 pounds right after winning a massive bodybuilding show, dissolving my six-figure business and feeling completely invisible to the world. I felt like I was failing in every single aspect of my life because I literally was falling apart, and we're not supposed to as women. Social media, society, and everywhere you look glamorize what it's like to be a mother, to be pregnant, to be the career baddie, and we're just supposed to have it all together and do it flawlessly. Before I got pregnant, I was like, oh, I can do that. And even when I was pregnant, I was like, no problem. But then one moment you're sitting there and you're like, what the fuck? Nobody told me about this. Nobody prepared me for anything that's happening here. And because of this, we feel so lost, so inadequate, stripped of our identity. We compare ourselves to everyone around us. And I will say, usually the people around us do not have a problem pointing out how when they did it, it was so different. And then when they did it, they left it and they could do this and they could do that, making you feel worse. And then of course, we bombard ourselves with wild, negative self-talk and spiral out of control so quickly. Babe, if this was you, I was there. And I'm still working on my self-development journey every single day. But the one thing that I know I do have is confidence. And that is exactly why I made this video, because I want you to be your most confident self regardless of where you are and at what stage you are in life. Yes, in your 30s and 40s. Yes, if you're a mother or not. Yes, if you're a career baddie or not. Yes, if you're in a relationship or not. Regardless, you deserve to be confident. You deserve to love yourself, and you deserve to feel good walking through life. As always, this video is split up in 2 parts and has actionable steps that you can start using today in your self-developmental journey. In this video, we are going over why women in our 30s lose or struggle with our confidence, 2 misconceptions around confidence. 3, how you can build your confidence. And 4, those actionable steps that we talked about so you can start building your confidence right after this video. Part number 1, why women in their 30s lose or struggle with their confidence. For me personally, it was because in my 20s, I was a bit of a bartending rich snack that felt like a rock star every time I went into my shift. I was going home with hundreds of dollars every single night. I was only working 4 days a week. I could do what I want when I wanted. I could eat whatever I wanted, and I still looked fabulous. And I really enjoyed life. I loved life. And then I shifted into a new woman coming into my 30s, and I really had to grieve that person that I was. So our identity really starts to shift in our 30s, whether it is becoming a mother, whether it is moving up in our careers, redefining your relationships. These shifts and changes in our lives really make us look back and, oh my God, I wish I was nicer to myself. I wish I had this. I wish I had this. And what that does is it starts to lead to questioning in who we really are now, what we are really doing in life, and where we are going. And it even makes us question what we're really capable of as we age. And number 2, I'm gonna really wrap in societal pressures and comparison syndrome together, because for some god-awful reason, when we hit our 30s or move into our 30s, we are now washed up. We are now old. We are now past our prime. And we hear this in a lot of ways online. The childless cat lady, videos poking fun at millennials because we're still trying to be hip, or that maternal clock that those alpha males love to chat about. But in our 30s, our 40s, our 50s, we still face these pressures to have it all together flawlessly, to have it all under control, wearing multiple hats. And then looking at the media, looking at social media, and all we see is this highly curated highlight reel, and then we compare ourselves. And watching these people's lives make us really feel like we're falling short in life. And then lastly, we start to neglect ourselves more and more and more. As relationships change, as maybe you become a mother or advancing in career, or you're doing both, you do not take care of yourself. We as women we put every single thing and every single person ahead of us. Our cup is not filled. We ignore our needs, put the world's needs before us. And if our needs are not being met, if we cannot even find 10, 15, 30 minutes a day to fill our cup to bring us joy, we really start to lose ourselves, and in turn lose our identity, lose our self-esteem, and our confidence. Number 2 is the common misconceptions around confidence. My parents divorced when I was 13 years old. My father had an affair, cheated on my mom, left, and it was messy. For a long time, I did not allow people to get close enough to me for them to hurt me. But also, I always wanted men around me to give me attention, to give me validation. And that's where I got my confidence from. Now I think about it and I'm always like, you're an idiot. External validation is really what I struggled with. I didn't have confidence within myself, so I got it from as many other places as I could find it. And the number 1 misconception that I find with confidence is that people think that some people are just born naturally with it, that we came out of the womb and here you are a confident person. Earlier in this video, I talked about how I was a young, confident girl, but my parents instilled that confidence in me. My parents never made me think that I could not do anything. They told me a whole bunch of wonderful things about myself, and I ran with it. And that's how I became so confident at a young age. And when we think that confidence comes naturally to a person, it becomes unattainable to us, when really confidence comes through action. Confidence comes through little wins and successes, and it comes through your experiences in life that you have gone through and came out the other side. Another big misconception when it comes to confidence is that it is a destination, when really confidence fluctuates depending on the scenario. You could be confident in one thing and super insecure about another. But what confidence actually is the ability to keep moving forward, regardless of the bumps, regardless of the bruises and the fear. You keep going, and it needs to be nurtured through self-care. And lastly, like I talked about at the beginning of this part, is external validation. Many assume that external success and compliments and meeting someone else's expectations are going to give you confidence. But true confidence comes from internal validation, and it comes from knowing your worth. Part number 3 is, how can you become more confident in your 30s, in your 40s, wherever you are in life right now? Own your shit, babe. I say it time and time again. Take stock of your life. Go take a look at things that you've accomplished when people doubted you. Go take a look at your experiences, at things that you have gone through. Be proud of yourself and look how far you have come. Don't negate those things. Number 2 is, you are not gentle or compassionate about yourself. I bet you talk so much shit about yourself, but moving forward, you need to be gentle on yourself. You need to be compassionate. We are all just humans trying to figure it out. There is no map, there is no plan. Failure and setbacks are going to happen. They are actually part of the process. Failure is the thing that makes us grow. It molds us. In this journey of self-development and self-improvement is a peakless climb. It won't always be pretty, it won't always be perfect, and yes, it'll be sticky and it'll be uncomfortable at times, but this is your journey and your journey alone. So show yourself some damn respect. Be kind, be compassionate, be gentle. And number 3 is, protect your energy at all costs. Set some boundaries. Say no. You do not need to please every single person. You need to fill your own cup, and then you can work on everybody else. You will be a better woman, a better partner, a better wife, a better employee, a better entrepreneur. Whatever, however many layers you have, you will be better because you have set boundaries. Because you've let people know that you are going to fill your cup, that you are going to prioritize your needs, that you are going to be caring for yourself, and there will be no more comments on your financial situation, on your parenting style, on your body, about your shape. Boundaries protect you. And if someone doesn't like a boundary that you've put in place, they're the ones that have been taking advantage of it. Number 4 is get out there. Go get out there. Go find something that you like and that you are passionate about, and that is yours and yours alone. If it has a community, that's a bonus. Go try a new pole dancing class. Go to an entrepreneur networking event. Put yourself out there. Do something that is scary. Get out of your comfort zone. Take a look. Envision. If you have not done your future self yet, oh my God, I'll link the video below. Go do your future self. Go do that activity. It is so important. Think of your future self. What kind of events are they going to? What hobbies do they have? What are they doing in their spare time that brings them joy? Whatever it is, go do it now. Go. You have no idea how empowering and how powerful it will make you feel. Go get out there. Go get around like-minded, similar people, please. This really links up with number 4, is surround yourself with the proper people. It is very true that you are the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. I'm not telling you to go cut off your BFF Becky because she's a little bit negative and she kind of doesn't know what direction you're doing it, but she's still your really good friend. That's not it. I'm telling you to at least have 1 to 3 people in your life that are working towards the same thing, that you can share in your excitement with, that you can hold each other accountable. These people will cheer you on and want to go and share in the same experiences that you want. I have like three people that I speak to exclusively, especially about my business, especially about certain things, because I know they will share in my excitement. Because one of the things that I do find that like kind of cuts you like paper cuts is sharing your excitement with somebody else. It could be your sister, it could be your aunt, it could be a friend of yours, and they don't have that same excitement. They don't share that. They kind of look at you like you're a little bit crazy. Dreamer, why would you do that? It really hurts. If we do that too many times, that will start to wear at your confidence. So get out there, go find 1 to 3 people who you can share in this amazing journey that you are going on. All right, part number 4, your homework. I want you to start prioritizing your self-care. I know you're gonna be like, whoa, Jordan, I literally have 0 time. Yeah, no, so we're gonna start small, and you are going to create a goal for you. I know there is something in your life that you've been wanting to work towards. Maybe it's eating a little bit healthier. Maybe it's moving more. Maybe it's drinking more water. Maybe it's all 3 of them. Maybe it's your finances. Whatever it is that you want to work on, that you've been thinking about, please start prioritizing it and do it in small little increments. Whatever that big goal is that you have, please reverse engineer it into the smallest bite-sized pieces, and then every day do something towards it, even if it is just 5 minutes. 5 is better than 0. 1 is better than 0. And this will start momentum, and you will actually see progress, and it will stay for the long run when we do it this way. I want you to be doing something that brings you joy. I want you to be doing something that makes you happy, that really feels like, oh my God, I'm doing this for me. I'm working on the thing that I've been thinking about in my back of my mind forever. Number 2 is mindset work. A lot of the time we do have this negative self-talk. We do have this thing playing in our mind telling us that we're not worthy, we're not good enough, we don't have time, we're scared, it's not worth it. Regardless of what it is, we need to rewire that. So these would be, whether it be daily affirmations that you just say in your mind. I use the 3-6-9 method. So what I do is whatever is going on in your mind, whatever is holding you back, I write down the most empowering opposite 3 times in the morning, 6 times in the afternoon, 9 times at night, boom, done. Love, that's it. When we're working on confidence, I want you to do journal prompts like, what are some accomplishments that I'm really, really proud of? What are some skills or expertise that I have that other people ask me to help on? And like I said, for affirmations, whatever those horrible, horrible things that you've been drilling into your mind, I want you to write that empowering opposite. And if you can't do the 3-6-9 method, please put it somewhere in your home where you see it every single day. Look at it and visualize that extremely confident woman. And number 3, go take action somewhere, some big bold action, something that is scary, something that makes you nervous. Just please go and do it. It may take a couple of months because we're working on our self-care and our mindset every single day, but once you take this massive action, you're going to realize about how capable you are as a human being. I know that your confidence is sitting inside of you. It is waiting to come out. It is, your future self is waiting for you to feel this way so you can start to become them, so you can show up as them. They're waiting for this to be ignited and to be built. And that brings us to the end of our video. Thank you so much for watching until the end. Comment down below what you will be working on, what your big, bold action will be, or comment below on a video idea that you may be struggling with that you would like me to film. This always helps me create videos like this so I can help you on your transformation journey. And as always, please feel free to message me, especially on my brand new Instagram. Give me a follow so you can get the daily dose of self-transformation and self-development that you need, as well as behind the scenes on my own current transformation that I'm going through. Thank you so much again for watching. Thank you for the support. I appreciate you so much, and I'll see you in the next one.